Hey guys, it's Stephanie Pipkin from Serene Clean, and welcome to this year's Maid Summit and my talk this year. I am so excited to go through all of this information as I am every single year. This is my third year speaking at the Maid Summit. Super excited about this topic. I think it will be very useful whether you are a brand new company or you are established. There are going to be tips in this that you're going to be able to implement in your cleaning company. So I'm going to share my screen and we will get going. You guys know I talk a mile a minute. So I'll try to pack as much information as I can into this and we'll get going. So, all right. So my topic this year is standing out in a sea of options. And what I mean by that is there are so many cleaning companies, as you know, if you are just starting out, especially, it can be very intimidating. And even if you are established, it can be really intimidating because you're like, how do I compete with all of these other companies or individuals? Whatever type of cleaner you are, there's competition out there. So we will get cracking. So I want to talk a little bit about me, of course. So I'm 27 years old. I live in rural Western Wisconsin. My background is that I waitress from the age of 14 all through college. I worked in my family's company as their office manager. And I have my associates in marketing. So I have no prior cleaning experience at all prior to opening Serene Clean. So I opened Serene Clean in April of 2019. It was just supposed to be a side hustle for me, make a little bit of extra money on top of my full-time job. And it grew quickly for a multitude of reasons. You can go watch my Zen Maid talk from 2021. That's on YouTube. I have it linked in my speaker bio as well. So you can see that. That goes a lot into the how we got there. And that was a couple years ago, and the business was at 800,000 2 years in, and that's yearly revenue. You can also just YouTube Stephanie Pipkin Zen Maid, and that talk will pop up. The business is currently at 1.4 million in revenue per year, and we are projected to be at 1.5 million by the end of the year. So that's about $125,000 a month in revenue, and we have a staff of 30-ish, I like to say. So depends on the day, as you guys all know. And that is with 4 full-time managers and then myself as well, doing what I do in the business. So I just put a little map there so you can see that is our service range. So we have locations in Black River Falls. That is where I'm standing right now. That's a town of 5,000 people. Sparta, which is a town, I think, of 9 or 10,000 people. And then La Crosse is our kind of like satellite location where we serve there, but we don't have an actual physical office, if you will, just a virtual one so that we can get those Google reviews. So we'll get into that, of course. So that's a little bit about Serene Clean, background, et cetera, et cetera. So why is standing out crucial for the success and growth of your business? And why do I think that the things that we have done has caused us to grow faster than if we hadn't? So we have done some unorthodox things in the business, and I think it has really made us stand out. So competition is only increasing every year in your area. You might be a new cleaner. You're about to be the competition of somebody else watching this talk. And I definitely have an abundance mindset when it comes to competition. There's more than enough business to go around, but we're still competing over clients. So your potential clients are typically overwhelmed by choice. You need to be the clear choice when they are finding and searching for their cleaning companies for their home or for their business. So being generic in your branding does not come across as trustworthy. And I'll give you some examples of that. When trying to decide between 2 different companies, these tips and strategies are going to be the reason that you are chosen over someone else, and as well as increasing your likability and show your company's personality to both potential clients and potential employees. So it is incredibly important that you stand out not only to the outside, but on the inside of your business as well. So first, this is a big one. Get personal, but still professional. So my biggest tip that I see so many companies not doing is showing who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. Who you are should be plastered everywhere. Your social media, your website, your office, your advertising. So look at where I'm standing right here. This is the Serene Clean office. This is what everybody sees when they walk through. This is obviously just a fraction of it. But you can see, you might get a sense of our personality and what we're about here. So what I need you to stop doing on your dang websites and on your Facebook and on your social media is stop using stock images of cleaning supplies and cleaners. I bet a lot of people watching this right now have images like this on the screen on their website. Stop doing that. It just makes you look like fake and not real. Or if you are real, haven't put enough effort into getting any images of your actual staff or just even of your kit. Like it takes just a second to do that, and it gives you a little bit of originality. So stop giving generic about us info. I don't want to see on a website, and the client is not going to feel anything or any type of connection to you if it's just, this generic thing and it's not actually getting personal about you, about your why, about who your company is. And the why is really impactful to both clients and employees as to showcasing that you actually care, because at the end of the day, we are running a business, but I hope that you are like me and that you want to make a difference in a lot of ways. So I like to make a difference in many ways, and we'll talk about that later. But that should be coming through, not only making a difference, but like, why did you start this cleaning company in the first place? So this is what you need to do. You need to start getting personal. So I'm going to hop onto the Serene Clean website. You will see images of our staff and managers. You'll see my story of why I opened this cleaning company. So for me, I'm not a parent. I don't have children. I can't necessarily empathize with that. However, I can certainly sympathize, and I can see what other people are going through. And I know what I go through trying to maintain a clean house. So I use that. Don't be afraid to really zhuzh that up. Use the fact that you're a cleaner. Use the fact that you are, a full-time employee and trying to keep your wits about you. And maybe you're starting your cleaning business and that you're trying to help other people or whatever it is. Use that. Don't let that just generically fall at the wayside and just be like, oh, we just opened a cleaning company. Use your story and your why. So if we hop onto Serene Clean, sorry, I'm not the best with all of these slideshows and stuff fancy. I literally just type it out and put links. So, all right. So if you go onto our website, this is our beautiful site, and you will see, here's me, our slight little about us, and why, talking about a story, frantic cleaning before the in-laws are just stopping by in 10 minutes is a very familiar crisis to her. And she realized many others must go through this as well. Serene Clean was born, blah, blah, blah. So learn more about our company. Here is the story. Here's my story about why I opened this business. And you all have a story, so start sharing it. I'm in a small community, obviously 5,000 people, Black River Falls. It's a small area. So I know these people. You may not be like that at all. You might be in a giant city. You have community, and you've got a story to tell. So start telling it. As you can see, there's videos on this page, like, talking about us, emerging business of the year, anything that can make us look more professional, but also really talk to the why and make it personal and showing our people as opposed to just, again, genericness. So if you see here, we've got pictures of, here is all of our, management staff. So we have April. There's April's story. Here is Crystal's story. Here is Katie's story. Here is Taylor's story. And it talks about like why they love working here and what the mission is that they are accomplishing while working here. So again, making that personal touch, not just about me, but about my staff as well. Scroll down, you're seeing our core values, which are right here as well. We'll talk about that. That should be plastered everywhere. Here are some pictures. Again, super not generic. These are our actual employees with our managers, us doing stuff, us taking our employees out to lunch, appreciating them, our Christmas party. And again, if you don't have this yet, show you, this is what I did when I started, is I was showing myself. And don't be self-conscious about this. No matter, whatever. You are the face of your business, and you need to get that through your head that you need to use whoever you are and how unique you are in your story. You need to start showing that. Employee lunches, blah, blah, blah. We do that every single month. One of our a baby shower for Crystal, adopt a highway cleanup last year, which we do every year. Just anything to show you guys as real people. Like, are you real? Because this is trustworthy, right? You see this and you're like, whoa, they are not only really involved, they're showcasing like their cleaners and their staff, and they are real people. And then you scroll down and you're seeing all of our employee anniversary posts. I gotta even add more of those because there's more. So that is an example there. I also want to showcase a website that I did for a company called American Maids and Flooring Services, and Essie is amazing. And I did this website for them. I don't come at me with a bunch of websites, but once in a while I will do them. And the point was hers was very, very generic and just you wasn't showcasing who she was. So what I did was I showcased who she is and her beautiful story with her husband, and they run this company together. I had no idea about their story if I went to their website. Now I do. I know who they are. I know, about them. If you go to their About Us page, you're seeing, oh my gosh, how did they meet? Just who are you? Share that. And how can that like connect to your passion for your business and connect those two things, because there's always a connection between you personally and what you're doing in your business. You can't separate the two. And then putting, actual team. She didn't have any team pictures on there. She's got a team, showcase them, and again, no generic cleaning pictures. These are her actual staff cleaning, and people want to see that. They want to see what, friendly cleaners that are going to be in their home. So don't be generic. Get into the nitty gritty of being personal in your company. And Facebook and social media. So create videos telling stories, why you opened, why you love what you do, why clients shouldn't be ashamed to ask for help, et cetera, et cetera. Use who you are as a branding weapon. We all have unique personalities, and your passion for your business and your mission needs to be evident whenever somebody stumbles across your company. If you get to our Facebook page, we are literally like word vomiting and video vomiting all over the place of who we are, what we're about, our staff, everything. Like it's pretty, I don't want to use the word personal in like a inappropriate or like not professional way, but show who you are, be vulnerable, connect, and that people will really connect with that. So after any particularly emotional cleans, hop on that phone camera and record your gratitude of being able to help the client. This authenticity and desire to help is what potential clients need to see. They want somebody who cares. So anytime we've done a really big one, and again, you can be completely anonymous and just be like, we helped this person. They were really struggling with XYZ. Again, just be completely anonymous. And this is why I love doing what I do, because I was able to help in these ways. Record yourself, get that real emotion on there, or of your staff, of like how happy you were to help, because people want to hire people who are happy to help. And it'll also help you get other team members who are happy to help. And then you throw that on your Facebook page, boost it, just get that content rolling. It does not need to be perfect. If you've seen any of my videos, it's literally me on my phone, just recording, talking at it, and sharing the way I feel and think. And again, you want to speak professionally, but it's okay to show emotion. I think people are so afraid to show that they're people and be vulnerable in companies. And that's what makes people want to hire you, is they feel like they know you, they feel like they can trust you in their homes. So if something funny happens, share it. If it's family friendly, obviously a lot of funny things happen that I would not share on our Facebook page. If you turn the shower on yourself accidentally while cleaning, share that. Going out to lunch at a local business and it was awesome, share that. This is going to give your online presence personality, something sorely lacking in the big cleaning franchises you oftentimes are going up against. So when we're talking about the Mary Maids and the Molly Maids and everything, no shame to them, no shade, but how can you differentiate yourself? Because if you're in a city, there's probably one of those, all right? And they are extremely generic in their marketing. So you need to go the opposite, right? We're trying to be a purple cow here that says, when people are driving by, they're like, holy crap, look at that purple cow. That's the vibe we want to be, is it's like anti-generic. There's nothing generic about it. That's how it should be. Even though we want to be systematized and actually like have all these processes in place, we don't want it to feel robotic, if that makes sense. Another example, I throw, funny parenting memes on our Facebook every Friday. Again, just showing that we've got a sense of humor and, that's our personality. Again, all about that personality. So that's definitely my big, big tip. If you can inject any personality into your online presence, do so and start doing so immediately. So the next big thing that we do that makes us stand apart, and I highly, highly recommend you starting doing this in any way you can, is radical appreciation and highlighting of your staff. So appreciation for both what you do and for your staff should be plastered everywhere. So reviews are a tool. Teach clients how to leave reviews that will make your staff personally highlighted. So obviously reviews are huge. I've talked about those every single year, and I will talk about reviews till I'm blue in the face. We have hundreds and hundreds of 5-star Google reviews, and that literally is bringing leads in. Like, I don't have to pay for advertising. The reviews do it themselves, kind of thing. And no matter what it is, your competitors are getting reviews. So all it's doing is pushing you behind. So get your dang reviews. So you need to teach your clients how to leave your reviews. So we get these little cards from Vistaprint ordered, and let me see if it'll load. And this is what our cleaners have in their little kits, and they just write their name on it, and they're leaving them behind after every cleaning, and it is explaining how to leave a review. So they write their name on it. There's the QR code, and there's our Google and Facebook links for reviews. So these are getting left behind after each cleaning. And this incentivizes the cleaners. We give bonuses to cleaners if the cleaning review, it mentions them by name. So this they want to leave them. You need to give them some reason to, other than to build your business. They need to feel some benefit in their pocketbook. So that's a really easy thing to implement, is leaving review cards behind. Quality check leave behind cards. So we are doing this at commercial cleanings. So this is trying to get more reviews from commercial contacts and staff. And so this is an example of that. Again, cleaner's name. You know, what we're doing is we're taking donuts on a monthly basis to all of our commercial accounts. We have over 75 commercial accounts, and we're checking all of them every single month, making that personal contact, leaving a box of donuts, and leaving this review card, again, to get reviews going, and for the commercial client cleaners to feel that appreciation, because sometimes it's harder to get that verbal affirmation from commercial clients as it is for residential clients. And then we share these reviews. So let me go to I am utilizing things in a variety of ways. So we get the Google review. I'm turning it into this graphic in Canva, which if you don't use Canva, start using Canva. It's awesome. And then I'm utilizing this on, so our website, our Facebook, anywhere we need that type of thing. And that way we're using it in multiple places. So just use those reviews everywhere. Let's see what was next. Sorry, my little screen share thing is here. Okay. Weekly appreciation posts and welcoming of staff. This is another tip I would suggest. So if anything, go to Serene Clean's Facebook page and shamelessly just look through everything and steal whatever. So every time we have a new staff member, we're putting a welcome out there, right? So here's Kiara. She's killing it. She started a month ago, welcoming her like publicly, right? And then we do a weekly appreciation post. So anybody who's killing it, doing a great job that week, we're putting that out there. And again, this is getting shared internally, but this is the external stuff so that the clients and our followers are seeing this. So Brittany, she's awesome. She's worked for me for 2 years now. And this is what she did that week. She took up some extra shifts. She's awesome. So we want to, don't just say that to them. Obviously you want to say that to them, but put it out there, allow them to feel that appreciation. And it does a lot to get that like attaboy, attagirl, like publicly. It feels really, really good. And it looks good to your clients as well. It's a win-win. Employee anniversaries. So I personally write out heartfelt Facebook posts, just gushing over the employee. So this was for Hannah's 2-year anniversary. Let me move my little head here. 2-year work anniversary, just talking specifically about her and how wonderful she is. And then I'm sharing that in our team chat as well. Just really, again, making those feel good feelings come through. And this is why so many people leave jobs, is because they're busting their butt and they're not getting appreciated. They might occasionally, but this is like literally part of our culture, is appreciation. Just like every day there is opportunities to show appreciation, do it. And it won't be fake if it's just what you do. It's just part of like your culture. And I know if that has not been the case before, it might feel a little awkward or like you're trying to like fake it or anything. Just be heartfelt and sincere, and you can gradually up this until you're literally just everywhere you go, you see that appreciation. So it's definitely a good thing to have. I think this is just another example of and employee appreciation. So again, I'm writing this out myself. Again, anti-generic. This is what we're trying to be, is the opposite of generic, hyper personal, like just so nobody else could write this but you. And again, it's coming from you and your voice. And again, like I think a lot of people are just so against like company, use emojis, talk how you are. I'm 27. I'm not 78 years old. I'm going to use social media like a 27-year-old, or however old you are. Like use your personality and voice to speak, and it will come across very authentic because that's what it is. So clients want to see not only the staff who work for you, but you gushing over how awesome they are and genuine appreciation. People want to support companies that treat their staff well. And on the company culture section, we'll go over how this genuinely occurs. Okay, so next, core values. Do you have them, and do they mean anything to your company? So you need to have core values that are your Northern Star for your company, your guiding light that you take every decision to and be like, does this follow our core values? I would say keep it to 3 or to 5 anymore, and you aren't able to be succinct with them. And some of them probably aren't actually being followed. So we have 3. Your core values should be on your website. This should be on your office space. They should be talked about in your interviews. If you cannot show specific examples of how you make a decision by referencing your core values, they are not actually the values you are willing to live and die by and fire by and hire by. And you saw our About Us page, how we have our core values listed on there. And again, right here, you walk in, like get a sign with your core values. It doesn't have to be like this fancy metal one or whatever, just anything. Take a whiteboard. I don't care. Get them on the wall and start thinking, how do these actually apply? And again, this may seem stupid, but it's like one of the most integral things that you can just keep referencing, and it helps you like make really easy. It makes making decisions so much easier when it's like, well, is this acting family first? Is this acting with integrity? Is this acting with a grateful and positive attitude? So family first for us, again, it's not about just saying it, like you have to be it. And so for us, family first. At any given time, there are children in this office and there are dogs in this office. We will watch our employees' kids. We are incredibly flexible with scheduling. You don't have to be full time. You tell us what you can work. Obviously, we're going to hold you accountable, but we understand that things happen. One of my goals this next year is to get in-house childcare. When it comes to the client's family, just being so respectful and kind. And if anybody is like not a fan of kids or whatever, like they're probably not going to be a good fit, because we are helping families. And if I've had cleaners who are, trying to shit talk clients because they have 4 children and they're working full time and the house is a mess. Yeah, that's what we're there for. That client, that would be grounds for firing in my book. We don't do that. We don't shame. So that is family first. Integrity, doing what is right, not what is easy, whether somebody's going to see it or not. That is integrity. So if we break something, what do? We immediately, tell the client, we handle it. We never hide anything. That's in the house. When it comes to in the business, integrity, oh my gosh, I could give you 1,000 examples. All right. That could be dropping clients because you can't serve them well enough, or they are not a good fit. They're disrespectful to your cleaners. It is saying no to money because it's not good. I don't want your money if you're going to be like that. I just had a situation 2 weeks ago where I tore a guy a new one because he sexually harassed one of my cleaners. We've never really had that happen ever. Poor girl, she just turned 18 too. So I just, when I say I don't know if that guy could walk after I tore him a new one. But just like that is integrity, knowing that like my staff, I've got their back. Regardless, if they're doing right, I've got their back, and that's integrity. We're doing what is right. Grateful and positive attitude. That's just how we roll around here. All right. Like if you see the world through rose-colored glasses, you're going to fit in right here. All right. And I'm not saying that there are not shitty days. I am not saying I have not cried in this business and wanted to quit or had negative days. Absolutely not. But just, you got to wake up and realize that you have an opportunity to impact people and share your purpose with the world. And so if you don't feel that way, you're not going to fit in here. If you're just negative all the time, you're not going to fit in here. And I will gladly not hire people who don't fit these things, because they're not going to be a long-term good fit. These people on the wall here, these are good fits. All right. These are really good, awesome people. And I want to showcase them to the world. All right. We got a lot more people than this, but they haven't hit their 1 year. So they don't get a title yet, so we've been growing a lot. And obviously we still have turnover in this like area, that timeline, but it's much less than that year. You guys know, like getting somebody to make it to a year, that's a miracle. So our company is a company that has a backbone and sticks to their guns. And that is impressive to people. Even if it means saying no to some people, it'll stand out. As the owner, you are going to piss people off and resist. You need to resist your people-pleasing, passive tendencies while also being loving and respectful. This is a huge area of growth for me. I am a people pleaser through and through. I fret over people being unhappy with me, and that has been a big opportunity for me to grow and realize that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, and it means you stand for nothing, and I don't want to be that kind of person, and my company is an extension of me, so therefore I want my company to do that. For example, the whole vaccine thing, all right? Like, people were asking for cleaners like vaccinated proof. No, you can go find another cleaner for that. All right, that's just my personal opinion. It's not my company's place to say what somebody does with their health. So if you need that, then okay, then go find another cleaner. That's fine. I don't want your business if that is how you feel. And that's okay. It's okay to say no, guys. It is okay to say no. It is okay to stand up for yourself and what you believe in, and stand up for your cleaners. Again, they will respect you so much. If they see you going to bat for them, they will respect you. I promise. Okay, next, community involvement. So this is a big one here, and it has been since day one. So here on the right side of the screen, you will see some facts about, what people think about companies that are involved in like social good, if you will. So employee chosen donations every month is something that we have done for years now. Put this on your website, in your newsletters, and on your social media. So here is just a couple examples of a few of the and then we make this post in Canva, and we put it. So here are just some examples of the places that we donate to. We choose a local nonprofit as much as possible, but of course that's up to the employee. And then we donate. And it doesn't have to be, we're not talking hundreds of dollars if that's not something you can afford. What we're trying to put into our culture is a culture of giving, all right? And people like that. Again, and this is not to manipulate. This is truly, I want the company to be a vessel of good and change in our community. And that means giving money when I can. And so that number started a lot smaller every month, and now it's a lot bigger. But either way, the whole point is no matter what, we are always, always, always giving. And I need to update this page too, because there's plenty more, because we do it every single month. And it's great. And the employees love working for a company that gives, and like clients love to see that too. Cleaning for a reason. Obviously, most of you guys are familiar with that. Obviously, we're members. So donating cleanings to people who are going through chemo treatments. Adopt a highway, which you saw on our website. Donating to community events and causes whenever we are able to. So for me, I'm not making those decisions anymore, but if you are, so I tell my managers spend this much money a month on charitable donations, and I let them have reign on that of whatever they're getting asked for. Like, here we go. We're sponsoring this, Butterfest softball team, and it was great. That was just a couple weeks ago, actually. And again, just you can showcase it. Don't be afraid to like say that you do these things, of course. Let's see. Here's another one. For example, we cleaned for free for interfaith caregivers, which is like a nonprofit in our area. So we, clean their porch for them for free. All right. Like, they tagged us on that. This is why you want to give. All right. We didn't ask for them to tag us. They just did because they were grateful. Again, it's just every interaction with the company should be like, wow, they're really generous. Like, they like to help in their communities. They care. Right. So all very good things for you to look like externally. And again, internally, that is part of the company culture as well, as you can see in this little blurb in the right-hand side. So company culture, core values being lived by. We walk the walk. We don't just talk the talk. And I share examples of that in our team meetings every week, and just randomly too, of like, if something happens and I'm like, oh crap, I'm going to share that with my team, because if you don't share it, they're not going to know. So share with your team when you're making decisions to support them that they would not otherwise know about. Share when you are canceling clients, calling clients out, why somebody got fired, why somebody left. Be as transparent as you can be. Every time somebody quits or gets fired, we talk about it with the team. And it's not in like a shit talky way. It is in a way of like, how can we do better? What did we do? Is there something that we can do better? And then we discuss it as a team. All right. Don't be hush hush. And you'd rather have it coming from the horse's mouth, meaning you, as opposed to like, oh, why did Nancy quit, or what happened there, or whatever. We talk about it. And it's typically, if somebody got fired, something's missing here, right? And again, bringing it back to the core values so that they know that you are standing by. And there is nothing that will kill your company faster than leaving a bad employee and everybody else seeing it. You need to be able to fire and get rid of people. I don't care if you need to be out cleaning every day. I've done that many times, because it is so toxic to your workplace to leave them. team chat. This should be a fun place as well as a mean of communication. So don't be just texting everybody individually, and that's the only way you communicate. So for us, we just have a Facebook Messenger chat. And it is definitely a place for memes, GIFs, funny stuff, personal sharing at all times. We just let this happen during the workday. It makes it more fun. It makes it feel like we're a team because oftentimes we are all not seeing each other. We're cleaning separately. We do a lot of individual cleaning as opposed to team cleans. So people are alone a lot. So it just makes you feel a lot closer. We share all positive feedback. So that's the internal appreciation as opposed to external appreciation, as we discussed prior, as well as thanking for any positive action on their part. So taking on extra hours, being flexible. People need to be acknowledged for them to feel valued. So just again, make that part of your company culture that you are always looking for ways to appreciate and show that love. Once a month, we choose a team member and we write a handwritten thank you note and mail it to them with a cash bonus. We do $100 bill because it's very visceral. There's nothing like $100 bill. If you can't afford that, again, can you do $25? Again, you might have a smaller team. They might be rotated through, more frequently, but you took the time to write a note, and it's not just going on their paycheck. You're mailing it to them, and it is cash, and it feels really good. So that's something, again, this is just a system that we have made. This is what we do. Once a month, let's see, team meetings. We do these weekly. We do them Monday morning to set the tone. So the team meeting agenda, I will have this linked in my speaker bio for you to use as a template. So I just did my team meeting actually for this Monday. So I literally just did this before I hopped on this talk. So this is, what we do every single Monday. So if people can't make it in person, which is oftentimes the case, we do a video call again on Facebook Messenger. So people are calling into the meeting while they're driving to work or whatever. So everybody can make it for the most part. So there's a big group here in the office. Let me just show. We all sit right there. Here's my dog. We all sit right there and meet. And then we also have everybody call in too. So we go through all of this stuff. And this, again, makes them feel involved. So I'm sharing information with them that you might not be sharing with your team. And I'm not sharing how much money we make or anything like that. I don't think that's necessary. But I am sharing, how many reviews, our tips, retirement contributions, number of appointments, any new commercial accounts or walkthroughs, any reviews and comments. So again, this has all been shared to them during the week, but this is to reiterate it. So this is all the feedback from last week and the reviews we got. Gratitude. We share a gratitude every single week in our team meeting. And then we have a question of the week, which is fun. So I just pick these. And again, this is every week, and it makes them think and just makes them more involved and allows us to know more about their lives. Again, creating that personal connection. Any complaints we had, we share those and we go over what happened and what we can do to avoid that in the future. Last week, work wins. Or any issues that we've had, general housekeeping. So for us, our next highway pickup, Taylor's continued quality checks, blah, 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 just anything that everybody needs to know. And then next week's question. So this is the template. It's not difficult, but again, it's just having the system in place of they know what to expect. They look forward to the information, and it makes them feel like they're a part of it as opposed to just the worker bees. They're a part of our growth. And that makes them feel really, really good. And I have that agenda linked in our speaker bio if that you want to implement that. Okay, so make them a part of the mission. So ask for their feedback and actually implement the changes, and thank the team member in your group chat for their suggestion. Again, highlighting that they are intellectually valued at the company. Share your goals and vision. Keep the monetary ones to yourself, though, I would. You're the visionary, and your job is to inspire and motivate your staff to follow you on that mission. All right? You should be the one, the big picture. Obviously, you're doing all the nitty gritty too, but you are there to inspire them, to make it just more than cleaning. We are changing people's lives. And if you do not believe that, you're probably not in the right business. And if you are not able to speak that very passionately to your team, that is an area of improvement for you. And you can't just do it once. It's just all the time. You got to be sharing, why are we doing what we do, and what is the mission, and why do we believe in it, right? And how are we helping? So you need to be able to share that. So working for a company that gives and directly correlates their work every day to help give more. So obviously, I say that all the time. It's you guys working are making money so that we can go give that to our community. That feels really good. So correlate that for them. Employee one-on-one lunches. You saw some of those pictures on our About Us page, and we post them on social media. We have kids and dogs in the office at all times, which is just what works for us. Family first. It makes it a little chaotic, but people love it. Spin the wheel prizes. So we track. So we have a little wheelie thing right there, and they get to spin it. And usually we have everything written on there, but we lent it out to another business in our little strip mall here. And so Crystal is tracking all of, let's see here. Which one is it? Yeah, here is the spin the wheel. So she's tracking, these are all of the prizes that they can get. And then I know that this is a lot and this is extra and this is just at the level we take things. And then, have they been eligible to spin the wheel? So for us, that's, quality checks, being perfect, no complaints, perfect attendance, blah, 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 blah. So all of that, all of the employees, et cetera, et cetera. So you don't have to take it to that level for sure, but that's a fun thing. You can just get it on Amazon, is that little wheelie thing, and it's really fun. Employee interviews, so prospective new team members can see what it is like to work here. So if you go to the Serene Clean YouTube, you'll see this playlist, and it is employee interviews, and we just ask all sorts of questions, not just about like what they like about working here, but just about them and what they used to do for work, and why they don't want to leave, and what's their favorite part of their job, and what kind of person would be good for this. So definitely, if you want to see what that looks like, these have been really impactful for me to use on our Facebook page as well. And I boost them, and then I link them to our Indeed, our job listings, and then we get a lot of applicants because of that. And again, hearing from actual team members who work here, what it's like to work here. So those have been really useful on Facebook, especially. So systems and processes that, wow, another way that I would say is huge to stand out because of professionalism and just seeming like you have your shit together, even if you don't feel like you do, projecting that out to the world. I never feel like that. I literally have never felt like I have my shit together, but most people think I do. So while being personal and your company's personality should be obvious, every interaction should slap potential clients and current clients across the face with your professionalism. So we leave behind checklists at every single cleaning. I know I've talked about this before, but I cannot hammer home enough how important it is to have checklists, be following them, using them for training. So for example, this is our standard checklist. We have one in our Black Falls office and our Sparta office. These are all of the tasks that we complete at every single cleaning, QR code so that they can leave a review more easily. Again, asking for reviews everywhere, safety checklist, any notes, and then our little safety checklist here. So this just screams professionalism. I've had and used checklists since day one, and I will say they were a game changer. When I walked in to those first clients' houses, and I'd never done this before, like that checklist was my line. I was like, look, this is what I'm going to do for you. Because otherwise it's just so nerve-wracking of saying like, what do you do? Like, well, here, I will lead the charge here. This is what I do. You're the one who's telling the client what you do, not the other way around. So checklist 100%. Professional email, phone number, and website, email signatures with your pics on them, using a scheduling system like ZenMaid and utilizing the appointment confirmations and reminders. Sell that your cleaners are clocking in with GPS tracking. That is a really cool thing to clients, and that, again, making them feel safe to have you in their house. We push all of our quote requests to our request form so that all leads are coming through ZenMaid. So even if they like message us on Facebook or they're calling and leaving a voicemail, everything says go to the website and fill out the quote request form. That is what everything goes to. So let me just hop onto my website real quick so you can see. Oh, that's not mine. Let's see. If you go to the get a quote, you will see our little ZenMaid form. And we have one for carpet cleaning and house cleaning because we do both now. So if I go down to my home cleaning, this is a little ZenMaid form, all of the things that we're asking. And obviously you can customize this for us. Like for us, has the home been smoked in? We don't clean smokers' houses anymore. So we send them to Serve Pro, I think is the one we do. And we work with them and they send us business or whatever. So there we go. Easy peasy. And it's all going to ZenMaid so that we can keep that all organized. Estimate emails that concisely didn't mean to make myself bigger. Estimate emails that concisely explain why you are the clear choice and what they are to expect working with you. Remember, you're the professional, so write in a confident, active voice, not passive. So let me show you what that looks like for us. So here is a estimate that Katie sent out yesterday. So this is a literal template that we use, and we're just plugging in that specific email for this person. So it takes 4 seconds to put all the information information is. So we're attaching the checklist. We're attaching our one sheet, which is basically a sales sheet. Let me just open it for you. And again, it just really shows and highlights like the Serene Clean difference or the difference for your company if you were to use this. Let me see here. There we go. So again, does this not scream professionalism, right? It totally does. Totally does. So here is our pricing. We do hourly. I know that that's wild. We still do hourly from day one. We have what maintenance cleans are going to be, what initial cleaning, travel charge, all of the things, right? And then there's a video with facts that I have recorded about like, and again, just making it personal. It's just like, wow, any question they could possibly have is now right in front of them. So they can click on that. The initial cleaning date that they are looking for. So they wanted it 90 days out. And then our no-brainer, which I will talk about more, just to, you know, really like get that sale closed. And these work so amazingly. Let me tell you, there's Katie looking all professional. We all have those. It's not hard to do that. Again, use Canva, It's great. And then a little, you know, client employee referral bonus, blah, blah, blah. So just, it looks very, very, very professional. Have a no-brainer offer built into your sales system. So as you saw on our website, the first thing you see when you go to sereneclean.com is our no-brainer. Schedule your first appointment and get your second 50% off, because we are trying to turn one-time clients into reoccurring, because that is where the money is at in this business. That stands out. That catches my eye. All right. It doesn't have to be this. It could be whatever the heck you guys can afford at the time, but you need to stand out some way. And it's not all about money. We don't do like coupons or discounts or anything like this. This is our only offer, and we just do it all the time. This is what we do. It's just part of everything. And I know that we can afford it. All right. We just kind of break even on that second one. But again, it's to get them into the habit of having a cleaning service. Go ahead, use that. You know, this is all free information. Go ahead and use that if that is what makes sense for your business, but it makes you stand out. It's enticing. Go get that estimate, because you get that second cleaning 50% off, and it works like a charm. So have a follow-up system in place and respond in a timely manner. Okay, somebody fills out a quote request. What happens after that? How, you know, what does that process look like? All right. It should have a process to it. It doesn't just whenever you get a chance. It's like, no, every day at 10 a.m. you do this. You get to all the quote requests from the day before, and you follow up from the ones day prior. And that might be calling, that might be emailing, and just bothering them until they answer. Don't just let those leads go to waste. That's money down the drain. Track your shit. Most small businesses fail. All right. Most small businesses fail. I do not want you to be like most small businesses. I live and die by my tracking sheet. So if you go to my tracking sheet, what do I mean by this? And I've made videos about this. Like, if you got questions about this, I'll be happy to help. This is now our tracking sheet because I'm a psychopath and I want to know every single key performance indicator that possibly could be known about Serene Clean. All right. We're talking sales, revenue, expenses, advertising, leads, where they're coming from, conversions of those leads. I'm doing all of this appointment data now, just for this year right now. So I'm breaking it all down by not only the number of appointments, but the type of appointment and how much money per type of appointment. So like, I'm just going wild. You don't need to do that. I know that this is overwhelming. Reviews, content, and complaints. So we're tracking all our reviews. We're tracking our competitors' reviews as well. Our complaint percentage, as you can see, we are typically under a 1% complaint rate. If I go over here, I can see what the complaints are each week so that we can then do something. And was that person written up? Again, just creating that system in place. There is residential reoccurring client feedback, so we know when we're asking them. The spin the wheel, as you saw, commercial client feedback from every week, employee lunches, so that we're tracking that. This is where we are tracking everything. Suggestions from employees and what did we do about it? Did we implement the thing? Like it just everything. We're tracking literally everything. We track our dang vacuums, which is crazy, I know, but we track them because once you get to a certain size, things like this like start to fall through the cracks. We track our donations. We track our thank you notes, just everything we track. This is what all of these things are. And this is what a system means. All right. It means that you are tracking that data. And so you can see themes and work off of those and make changes in an intelligent manner. So this is our tracking. And I know it's wild, but you don't have to do that right now. Track your income, track your expenses, track your profit, track your reviews, track your leads. Those are the things I would suggest off the bat. And you don't have to do it on a sheet like this. It could be literally on paper. So track your shit, guys. Track your shit. So if you got questions on anything I've covered, I know I've covered a lot. I'm probably way gone over my time as I do every year. Sorry, ZenMaid, I can't help it. I want to help. So shoot me an email, Stephanie@Serene-Clean, and I will be happy to help answer any questions. If you are interested in one-on-one consulting on a regular or as-needed basis, or want to see the documents and system bundles we have available, so all of these little things I've been showing you of all the templates, everything like that, we have bundled those together over the years and are offering those. And so if you go to our website here, and again, this is linked in my speaker bio, you will be able to see what all that entails. So if you scroll on down, you'll see some reviews from cleaning companies who have actually bought our bundles and implemented them. You'll be able to see we have 2 bundles available, bundle 1 and bundle 2. I know I'm so creative. So this one is from 2021. This is from 2022. I don't have enough like new documents this year. I'm not gonna again, I'm integrity, like this is what we have right now. So we have employee documents, sales documents, client documents, administrative documents. Take a shot every time I say the word documents. Don't do that, you'll be drunk. But as you can see, they're different each year depending on what you're looking for. So here is the pricing. I'm very transparent about that. What consulting costs, $100 per 1 hour call. As you can see, I can get through a lot of information. So come to me with your specific questions and we will answer them and just nail all of them and get you going in the right direction. And so if you want any of that, just fill out that little form here on the website and I'll get back to you typically within 1 business day. If you don't hear from me, just check your spam, and it's probably there. Sometimes our emails go to spam. So I know that the bundles, I mean, the results speak for themselves when it comes to this, not only in our business, but the businesses that have purchased these bundles. They are no nonsense. It is templates, just like I'm showing you, to get your business where you want to go. Maybe you don't want to have a business that is $1.5 million a year. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you just want to have freedom a little bit and have chaos lowered in your business. This is going to do that. I promise you that. We couldn't be where we are today without the documents and systems in place that we have. So just check out that website. If you have any questions, again, there's my email. I love to continually add to our community of cleaning business owners. As you have seen me on Facebook, I try to be no BS and just share my story. It is kind of a crazy story going from nothing to this. And I have found my passion. And I know that you guys have found your passion too, but you might need a little bit of guidance on what to do, because it is overwhelming. It's exciting. This business has so much opportunity. And I'm really excited to speak every year at the summit. So thank you to ZenMaid again for inviting me. And I look forward to talking with any of you guys about any questions or where you're at in your business. So thank you so much for taking the time. I hope this was useful. Definitely drop down in the comments what you found relevant to you or what you have more questions on, and I will be sure to answer you. So thanks again for watching and have a great day, guys. Bye.